Hi beautifuls, welcome back. A very punchy intro. I'm YILDIZ from YILDIZ Readings. I'm a psychic medium. I cover the astrology and twin flame path. This week we're having a look at your energy surrounding romance for your zodiac sign. I do have the members zone that does coaching relating to twin flame path where we can speak candidly and privately if that's something you're interested in. But very separately, I do come to you regularly live for the twin flame updates. So with this video, we're going to tune into your romance zone. If you do want a private booking, the link is below. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, relax, and let's get into your energy update for this week with the extension read after in the members zone. Hey Sagittarius, welcome back. We are here to do your romance read. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, so what you're going to get here is very different. The reason I say that is because I do work as a spiritual coach to get the best out of things to help you manifest the best vibration you can get. So it's not your cookie cutter romance read. I do channel these energies both with the tarot, but my aim is as a medium on YouTube is to get you the best vibration life you can get. So I try to steer away from that codependent energy to give you your power back so that you can get the best out of the circumstance. Now there will be an extension read for those of you that want that. But please feel free to drop a comment, and if you do want coaching, psychic guidance, astrology, or anything to that degree, join us here, or directly you can go for a session, and the website link is directly below. Now, I also coach twin flames. I'm a twin flame. I have selected the ruined Sagittarius. Now, mid-month, because we do have number one, the South Node in Sagittarius, you're going through a change. It's very much, you may not resonate with the way you're operating inside of your connections. With your romance coming through between the 8th and the 15th, you have lineage issues coming up, but it's on your mind. It's like, okay, what defines me? How do I look at this romantic connection? You're coming through, really, your gifts are, you're more than you know. That's what it's coming through as. You're more than you know. And I'm noticing the key on the card, and I don't read tarot traditional, so, if you get additional messages, go for gold. I'm noticing the key. Now, with the key, I do feel the solution to a problem is inside of you, but you can be lacking faith. It's because, sometimes from a logical 3D point of view in romance and in life, we definitely can be maybe not seeing where things are going, but having this hunch energy. Now, faith comes down to crown chakra. I do feel you need to keep your fluid up, especially if you're purging a way of being. The ruin that you have is in the reverse, so we'll see what comes through for that, and it is facing the past. And I do feel from the full moon in Leo that we had in January, moving over, we're moving to that new moon in Aquarius, which is going to be for you, linking to your third house. Yeah, trusting your communication, your routine, how those contracts and connections and love, because we've got Venus in that domain at the moment as well. Wanting to be able to articulate your truth within your connections, but coming through differently, maybe having to face our shadow inside of those circumstances. Now, this ruin connects to moon energy, emotions, the feminine element of our life. And what does that mean? It can be, I'm not a feminine. You don't have to be. You have intuition, you have feelings, you've got your own personal emotions. And I was talking to a spiritual friend this morning, and we were like, this was a Cancerian I was talking to, and I was working through those elements because I have Cancer in my chart. We all have our own language of love, so the way we come to it, we can communicate differently. A lot of people want to gauge where things are at emotionally. We're not rushing in where angels fare to tread. And I do feel this emotion that's coming up can feel a little bit not natural for you because it's go, 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 and I feel something's really pulling you back to slow down, to go in your intuitive energy and see what your feelings are. Now, it links to moon. As I mentioned, we're moving into Aquarius. So for you, it will be you speaking your truth, but not from a pain body experience, articulating things, learning different languages, learning to communicate with different people. Viewpoints and values are coming up, and you might be dealing with a lot of people with different opinions. It is also the element of water, which is emotion and letting things flow, maybe not micromanaging those things. I'm not going to get into it. Mundane, journey across water, imagination, intuition, artistic creativity, and fluidity. Esoteric, soul journey. You're not trusting it. Psychic powers, initiator of dreams. There's something of a pause at the moment. Now, the ruin is in reverse. Fear of change and procrastination. Sometimes it's that, you know, we could be second guessing the choices we're making. We could be second guessing ourselves due to paradigms and conditioning and, you know, what we're supposed to do inside of romance. And this is a new way that you're coming through. Maybe, and it's a bit like entrepreneurship. You know, we try and find what the niche market is. And I was talking about this yet again, you know, trying to find a niche market. And the niche market's inside of self. It's what do you have to bring to the table? And, you know, who is that identity inside of you? Not necessarily chasing rainbows, but being the rainbow yourself. You may be very like, okay, am I making the wrong decision? How do I feel about this circumstance? I do feel you're trying to step into your power inside your romantic connection. Now, this can be it you with the person or not. I'm seeing you wanting to turn over a new leaf, but you're being very hard on yourself. You are sort of looking at, you know, when we know better, we do better, but it's past tense energy. And I really feel you have this huge expectation of yourself to make everything fine. Now, you know, at the heart of it, again, you got the throat chakra. You're going to be outspoken. You're going to be passionate and fiery. And it's almost like there's a belief that you're holding in relation to a circumstance. And also being you, for those of you that are in a connection, you could be very passionate and protective, but also feeling like people aren't listening to your viewpoint. And again, it's a Mercury retrograde, so it's a given. The crystal that you have, I observe my surroundings and I know I am divinely guided. And I'll just let you read the crystal. I've got to get the camera angle right. Improves peripheral awareness, becoming an objective observer, increase consciousness of reactions to others, increase mental and physical and emotional flexibility. So again, I'm hearing the term conditioning. The reason I'm saying that is there's two value systems on the table here, and it's not that one is wrong and one is right. I feel you've had to defend yourself quite a bit. You may have had to prove yourselves, and it's a little bit like a dowry. How do I explain it? This is what they're psychically showing me. That there's a benchmark, and we already have that inside ourselves where we feel we need to reach a certain potential in our lives. It can be expectations, but I feel that people around you have made you feel less. And maybe you owned that as a truth, but it's really, it's their shadow energy, not yours, but you've kind of owned it. I do really feel you have really been trying to then work on that wound and prove to all people and all things that this does not define you, which it doesn't. I do feel you to be very protective of a romantic partner, be it you together or not. And I also feel you speaking very directly to them and creating healthy boundaries as well. I do feel if they're doing things in a shape or form that are hurting you, accidentally or consciously, again, you may love them, but it's almost like it's this playful energy. And this could be for some of you that are actually already in the connection. It's sort of this playful energy of, I'm not going to give you what you want. And it's playful. It's not, how do I put it? It's not coming through that you're being nasty. You're just taking the candy away, so to speak, and you're not rewarding bad behavior, if that's the way. You know, it's this playful bantering I feel coming through. But for some of you that aren't together, I do feel even if you're not with this physical person and you're still in love with them, you are actually defending their honor. Yeah, there's a tactical approach here. You know, this can be you. I'm going to pull a clarifier, and I am going to the extension read, but I know this is going to be a pretty unique read. Okay, what I'm saying is, you may be looking back, you may be trying to step into the power of who you are and attract these things and romantic situations in your life. Some of you have a spiritual connection, and you're trying to make sense of the thing. Others of you, it feels as though inside a connection, there's playful tit for tat. There is an underlying wound, you know, but you're trying to skimp over it. You're trying to move beyond it. There's things that you're not saying though. I do feel you're watching this person. Something inside of you has changed. You know, you know that something's coming up for a given reason. You don't quite know why it's coming up in a pain body experience. Well, let me explain. They're getting, your guides are getting a bit too far ahead of themselves. I feel you're skimming over the surface to assess how this person's going to react, but you don't want to come in like a bat out of hell. That's sort of how it's coming through. You do have something that you do have on your mind that's underlying at the moment. It's sort of like we're pussyfooting around a situation and not wanting to. You're walking on eggshells consciously, but you're testing a situation. I do see, you know, some of these circumstances that maybe, hey, I've got this going on or I've got this going on, and you don't want to hear that. You want to get to the bottom of it. So I feel for those of you in connections, you're observing partnerships. I also feel you're also watching people's body language very intuitively, and it's like they don't need to say anything. You're going to know intellectually, but you need to trust that. I do think you've been going over something in your mind, and you know, you might have had a revelation, and I really do feel there's been a revelation, and you're actually watching this person, or even just tuning into it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to see how they play their cards. I'm going to see a pattern here, and it feels a pattern. You're watching this person. Why are you watching this person for? Let's have a look. Okay, you've been hurt in the past, and this could be from this individual or from other people, but you are really watching because you feel somebody's trying to eat your pie, and this could be your love, your luck, you're territorial. There's a territorial energy coming through. Again, you do have love and passion, but you're being protective of yourself and or this individual. You do know that it's an emotion coming up that's very temporary. Ultimately speaking, you know who you are and what this connection is. You're quite a centered individual, but something out of left field is going to trigger this situation. You're trying to be responsible, but I'm hearing the term it takes two to tango. But something underlying here has gone a little bit AWOL, and it's it's bringing a bit of a spat up. Doesn't mean to say you're going to react that way, but I mean, you're holding your tongue. Okay, I may pull an additional card. Let's see. Okay, you've got a belief of what tradition is. Okay, this is how things are done. Listen, Linda. You're coming through with a high octane value system, and look, values are values, they're viewpoints. This person is acting a little bit rebellious, but you're actually mirroring each other. It's so funny that this come up. It could be that you're a twin flame soulmate energy. There's a mirror inside of this, and both of you are healing through a circumstance. Potentially both of you have been hurt before. But you're trying to get on the same page. I mean, look at how the minds are coming through. You're trying to get on the same page. You're trying to see the same viewpoints. There is healing. Now, some of you can be... what you were hiding from before and you've experienced, it's now you're seeing in this other person. So you know, you've got that intuition, and you can feel the vibration. Something's shifting in this connection, and you can feel it. You are in duality, but you do need to clear your crown chakra and trust your intuition. I do feel you're watching. To one degree, you might be going back over old patterns and feeling like you want to control it a little bit, but you're really stepping back. You have mastered that. So I feel you're stepping back and you're looking. If you need to, you will move forward into this circumstance and you will address it. But there is a lot of healing between the both of you. There can be some pain that's coming up. I'm also hearing that both of you have this innate way of reading each other. So it won't need to be something that's spoken. It's unspoken words. It's the eyes communicate to each other. But I'm also feeling you will trigger each other, and that can be problematic at times, especially when you're going through the thick of it. There's something jointly you're meant to heal together. I do firmly believe we all bring people into our life for a point in the journey, and they always do resonate with where we're at. So there's, you know, it's all divinely guided. I do see some of you might be from opposite sides of the track. There also could be a circumstance where travel's in the card, and this is more a long-term goal. It's more where you guys want to go, and your ideals potentially aren't matching. I also see that you could be, how do I put it? You're getting frustrated with people not staying in their lane or doing their role, and it's very strict. It's coming through very strict at the moment. Now, this could be projected towards you, but for some of you it is your frustration of having to pick up pieces around you and multitask, and it's just not working at the moment for you. You're like, look, that's not going to work for me. This is where I do feel, although you'll be passionate, you're like, look, okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is where it's at. This is what we need to address. And, you know, you like, look to the core. I'm very grounded. I'm very able to deal with these things. But I'm hearing it takes two to tango. It's like you're trying to bring this around. Now, the potential outcome where it stands. Yeah, you're calling out anything of a lower frequency energy. Are you giving 50-50? Are you meeting me at the table? Where is this immaturity at? There could be children, you know, in the mix of things for some of you. But it's to have this new start. What are we directly going to need to do? So, to see what's happening, please stay tuned. Join me live. Please go through and look at the extension rate. Now, for those of you that don't know, I really do feel this is a soul connection. I feel you are spiritually looking at the situation through your lens. Now, the reason I say that is because I am seeing that your feeling with the ruin is that because your situation in your life took X, Y, and Z amount of time, there is a bit of a trigger coming up this week in romance. You may be feeling to tie up these loose ends to get back on your path, to be, you know, in this connection, and to, you know, get this passion back to where it needs to be, and to have what you feel, you know, is your soul path. That circumstances surrounding you, it's almost like what's coming through is you feel you're repeating a pattern. You feel that it's Groundhog Day and it's concerning you. You feel that some of this control is out of your control and somebody is going to make a bad decision. So I will go through and see those of you who wish to join us for the extension rate, and we'll dig deep into this soul connection and see what's coming up in your romance house. Otherwise, if you do have a question, feel free to drop it in the box directly below. Tell me your circumstances this week. And very separately, if you can't afford a reading, jump through to the super chats and have a quick super chat Q&A. Love and light. I will see you during the week for the moon energies. Anything else, I come to you live with on Twin Flame Path. Love and light, guys. See you soon. Should you need a booking, you can go to the link below. Also, do bear in mind, I do live twin flame reads where you can join me to get that soul healing, as well as you do get the week by week romance and more. So I love you lots, guys. Please join us later. If you do want to watch the extension, as I mentioned, you can go to the link on the main page and it will take you directly to it. I will try and remember to place it in the video. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.